Okay, and here for a little while, because we enter the town of Jonia finally, the road gets a lot better. Because there's a lot of people that live here, so they take a lot better care of this section of the road. I don't understand what the difference in that section and this section is. They can't pave it another 30 yards down that road, but whatever. You notice how it kind of looks like San Antonio? All the little houses kind of look like, if they were made of wood, they would be like those wood houses in the old Mexican neighborhood. But they're not. They're made of concrete, which kind of makes them look like the Flintstone houses. And there's Catholic churches freaking everywhere. Every village has its own patron Catholic church and patron saint. And they're pretty serious about that crap. One thing you might have also noticed is the political signs everywhere. Guam is very, very big on politics. Who's in charge of what around here makes a lot of things happen. And what's funny is, they don't actually get to be in charge of anything. So I never have understood since we've been here what it is they're fighting over. But man, they're voracious about it. You wouldn't believe some of the stuff we read in the paper about these people. But the U.S. Department of Interior makes all final decisions here. So they're not really in charge of anything. Oh, and it turns out that right here on the way down south at this little feed store, there's a Texan there. He's a transplant. It's good to know there's always one somewhere though. Favorite part of the drive here, where you can see out over the ocean and off this cliff. Like, it's just gorgeous and would be the best view right there at the top of that cliff. I mean, look out there. How awesome is that? Well, you can't really see it now. But wait till we come around the bend here. I mean, how great is that? Isn't it just incredible? That 15 miles an hour. Now you might have noticed that there's a small yellow house on the top of that ridge, and you might be thinking to yourself that that's a luxury resort because of where it's located, and you would be wrong. As is the case with most places in the world, the Catholic Church has taken the most choice, prime spots on the island for themselves and really given the island nothing back for it. That's a monastery overlooking the ocean on Guam. The Bishop of Guam also is doing quite well here for himself. It's a good life in the service of Guam for the Catholic Church here. What are you going to do? God pays well. Now see here, this is very typical of the island. This is a traffic jam on a 2-lane road out in the middle of God knows where in the country, because these two chuckleheads don't know how to stay out of traffic. You wouldn't believe what these workers do here. I watched two guys lift a concrete barrier above their head with a steam shovel and stand underneath it. OSHA doesn't make a lot of visits out here, I'm guessing. Alright. You look right over there, you'll see a spooky cemetery out in the middle of the jungle right next to where I live, which I think is awesome. But look, here we are again, literally in the jungle right now. Heading back down the road. Coming up on one of my favorite places on the island so far. There's the Country Club of the Pacific. They just had a golf tournament there last weekend. I didn't play. Yeah, sorry, this section of the road's pretty bad here. Man, look at that. You ever seen anything so green in your life? Just thick, lush jungle. Untouched, unspoiled, unmessed with. And here's one of the coolest places to go on the entire island. This is Jeff's Pirates Cove. This is an old white guy who was in the military, who got out of the military and spent the rest of his life smoking pot on the beach and letting other people rent out his grills. I'd say that dude's living the American dream. Every single time I've talked to him, he's been hiring a kite. And he seems like he's having a good time. Now, right up here, we are now officially in Ipan, because this is the Ipan Public Beach. It's kind of a small little area. People come out and grill and barbecue and have a good time, you know, on the weekends or whatever. And then right up here, I know you can't see it yet because it's still hidden by the jungle, but this is my house right here. And that's it. That's my whole ride home. Feels like you already live here, doesn't it?